Are you in need of PTCGO codes? Well, look no further, because PTCGO Store has your back. With affordable prices, weekly sales, and instant email delivery, they'll have you opening packs with a smile large enough to overshadow your inevitable existential crisis. And for an even cheaper price, click the link below and use the code FTW at checkout. Well, what do we have here? Mr. Consistency all of a sudden, I know. I've got 3 videos in 1 week. That seems like an old ancient tale. Right, I've got a bit of a cough today, so you might have to mind me on that one. But we're gonna roll straight into this bad boy, as per usual. Right, look, listen here, yeah? Okay. Today, we're going to be playing WishiWashi. Man, I love these full up cards, man. I don't think they're that particularly rare or expensive or anything down that line. In fact, I don't know, but I'm just making that assumption. But yeah, this is actually a decent card on the surface. The ability seems like a bit of a downfall, but it also seems like something that you could actually help when it comes to the type of matchups you're going to come up against. So I thought we'd try this out, mess around with Quagsire and all that jazz, and see how we can make this work out. Also, we get to play Professor Oak setup. I mean, come on, it's basically Bridget if you have multiple types. We have the Psychic for the Poipole, the Water for the WishiWashi, the Fighting for the Wooper, which it does work out, thankfully, and the Metal for the Jirachi. So a lot of our setup, we can actually get a lot of these Pokemon out in the early turn with Professor Oak. So there's that advantage, which is really sick. So it's like Bridget has come back, except it's just a bit more special. We're gonna roll into a game anyway and see how it goes. Who is it that left a comment actually in I'll say yesterday's? I didn't upload yesterday for a very specific reason. Well, it's not very specific, it's just a reason. But I'll get into that in a second. Someone left a comment saying, don't hide your hair. Something about not hiding your hair's not that bad. I'm not actually insecure about it, don't worry. It's just a bit of a gag, just a bit of a skit, if you could say that, right? Well, not really a skit, I don't plan it out, but yeah. No, don't worry. I do, however, I do need a haircut, alright? That can happen another time. Today we're playing the old Pokerino. Let's see how it goes. Also, if you hear something running around in the background, I do have I dog sit basically as a part-time job. So I'm just taking a time while he's just laying down and resting to get a video done. So that's something that I thought would be a decent idea. Yeah, so I can get more videos out, because what usually happens, this is why getting videos out consistently kind of fell off, was just I never really found the time to do it, because I never took the time to do it during the day. And then when it came to the night, I had other things I needed to do, sort out the little one and all that jazz. So yeah, I never really actually found the time to do it. But if I just get it done during the day, I'm actually all right. So that's the plan, at least. Okay, the Pokegear seems kind of important somehow. Why are we playing Harpu? Energy to get in the discard pile to allow Naganelo to do its thing. So that's the full process, at least. Let's Oak set up and let's show you exactly what we're all about here. We're going to get another Poipole down and another WishiWashi. I want to get the pretty one. Where's the pretty one? There's the pretty one. There we go. And we are pretty much set up for next turn, which is just absolutely sick. Getting this charged up right away is a bit hard. But once you get it going, you're good. Now, you could also play this with Blastoise, and the reason why I would say that is because the ability Scatter basically is flip a coin if tails, at the end of your opponent's turn, that is. If it has any damage counters, it shuffles into the deck. So you can see here, we hit head, so it doesn't. And it's a kind of a double-edged sword. Well, before I say anything else, let's get this Harpu going. Got you, and we're going to get probably the Acrobat. Oh, let's go for the quit. Okay. Let's go for another one, Jimmy. Right, there we go, mate. Right, going into another game here. Looks like I was going to try and predict what that deck is, but I have no clue. Maybe a Whimsicott in a place like a Fiona or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a Guardian. I did lose my train of thought there, didn't I? Right, yes, the old Wisharoni. Yeah, double-edged sword, because you know you don't want to get rid of a ton of energy. A Pokemon you fully charged up and throwing it into the deck. However, the great thing is just it improves its tankiness. It has 180 HP, so getting a one-shot on it is not so easy. I must say that with a pinch of salt, because there's Reshiram and big one-shot Pokemon running around. However, it's not as easy to one-hit KO it, which is an important factor. Shrine of Punishment. Okay, I'm assuming a Ninetales GX of sorts. So Shrine of Punishment may, unless this is the baby Ninetales that hits a ton of damage for item cards, which it's a deck I've always wanted to cover, but I just couldn't get it right. I'm going to go for the com because I don't think this is a Ninetales GX deck. I really don't think so. Right. I want to maximize the chance of getting an Oak here. Oh, we got it. Sweet. Splendid. There we go. And I was actually going to go for the Pokegear, play that, then Pokegear, but it seems like the Jirachi sorted us out there nicely. So let's get these bad boys out for now. Ideally, I want another Poipole down. So I am going to Pokecom this Naganadel away. Even though it allows me to evolve next turn, I have no energy in the discard pile to use it anyway. So I'd rather get a second Poipole down. There we go. Maybe Ditto's a good shout. I don't know why I'm not playing Ditto. Me dum-dum, okay? Decent start yet again. It seems like we're pulling off turn ones quite nicely, thanks to the Oak, which is just amazing. I did play a little bit of a gamble there. We're taking that Pokecom instead of the Shrine, assuming that this is not a Ninetales GX deck. And that energy attachment does tell me it's probably the one and only Baby Ninetales, which is basically a Trashalanche Pokemon, but it doesn't do as much damage. Enough rambling. We need a something. I want to. Okay, we're gonna Cynthia. I don't wanna keep this Jirachi active. I want to attack this turn, but I don't know if that's entirely possible. I just hit my microphone. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get myself a Quagsire because that's gonna be harder to find than the Naganadel. I get no energy in the discard pile. And we are going to Jirachi and pull a Cynthia. More important right now, so let's just make sure that's the case. I'm going to put another WishiWashi down just in case as well. So, pretty decent stuff. We could switch, but we can't attack yet because we have only one attack, which is Hydro Splash. And Shrine makes it super relevant when it comes to the numbers, because if you're coming up against these tag teams, you're not two-shotting them with a Hydro Splash, but Shrine turns it into a two-shot, which is super important. So Shrine is a very, very valuable card in this deck when it comes up against tag teams. When it comes to Pokemon V, I'm not sure. I told you, there's nothing really coming out as for or against V just yet, so I can't really put my finger on it. Let's Stellar Wish to see what we pull. I will go for that treasure. Let's get rid of the Great Catcher. There's a lot of discards in this deck as well. Again, just to get energy going into the discard pile so we can start bringing it out. And it's quite relevant to do that earlier on, because if this shuffles away, we have no energy to work with. So we want some energy in the discard pile pretty much at all times, which is hard to achieve, but there. No energy, so we could have won again, but we didn't get any. Come on, man. What are you doing, man? Okay, I guess we're just sticking with this for now. I'm not going to play this Mysterious Treasure. Yeah, yes I am. I'm going to get another Naganadel out because we don't need the Great Catcher, so let's do that. Alright, that's cool. That's good with me, Chief. Good stuff. This person is absolutely struggling, so by all means, mates, take another turn, because yeah, I think... Oh, it's not that Ninetales. That makes a difference, unless they've just teched that into the deck. If this is just a Luminous Barrier Ninetales, that's a very strange deck. If I be frank about it. Right, we're just going to bank on getting a Water Energy here. Probably are going to get one with this Harpoo, because it's pretty good at... oh, okay. Pokemon be frustrating. All right, so we are here. Grass type. I don't know if we're weak to grass. I assume we are. Oh no, Johnny, this is not a good sight, I say. Let's see what the plan is here. Although they've got a completely weird deck box and stuff. Do you know what? I'm stupid. I never check what type we're up against. I just look at the coin and go, yeah, the grass coins are probably grass deck. We need Oak. Okay, so that answers a lot of questions. It is probably the Reshiram deck, which is... we need Shrine of Punishment. Okay. If this is Reshiram, it's going to be a tough one, but... because they can one-shot us, which is not good. Although it's a lot of resources to one-shot me, they do have to discard, I think, the 3. I think, is it 80? Is it 80 for every energy they get rid of? Am I right? Yeah, because it can max out at 270, right? I think so. Yeah. No, is it 90? I think it's 90, isn't it? Which makes it bad, because that means they don't... I think it's 90, isn't it? Yeah. That's annoying. Okay, yeah, 90, isn't it? Damn it! yeah, that means they can take me out with 2. I wanted them to have to discard 3 energy to take us out in one shot, but they can do it with 2. This is not a good matchup, particularly speaking, because we can't utilize the ability. Although, again, it is still quite a decent amount of resources for them to use, but they are off and ready to go. This deck is just stupid, absolutely stupid. It's just a no-brainer deck, this one. It's like, you play it, you're going to win most of the time, right? It's if you play it well, that is. It is that kind of deck. It's got the fact that it's got lightning and fire support blows my mind. It's crazy. All right, that's a bit too much for Whooperinos, but let's go for the Harpoo, see what we get. We don't want to lose our Quagsires, man. That is a bad idea. Ew! So bad. All right, I want to go for a Jirachi, so we're going to get a Pokecom here and get rid of that Wooper. Okay, getting rid of that Quagsire is bad. That means we're just kind of banking on them not being able to bring this up into the active, which is... yeah, I don't like the sound of that. Right, so we're going to do that. Now, we don't get the WishiWashi to attach to this turn, but we do get just a bit more consistency, which is what I want. And a Cynthia is definitely there because this Jirachi is going to go down. All right, that's okay. We've got energy in the discard pile for 1 Naganada. Oh, damn, another Poipole really would have done it because we would have been able to attack next turn. But I think we're just slacking a little bit in the setup. Like, if we had a setup like before, the past 2 games, then I think, yeah, we would have been able to put up a fight. But I don't think the setup's working in our favor right now. So let's just tag... this person's blinging as well, man. Look at all that stuff. Oh, wow, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There they go. So, yeah, problems. Problems. They only need to get rid of 1 energy there as well. Their numbers are just so on point when it comes to this deck, which is a shame. But let's just see. I think what really is going to determine whether or not we can win is how well we keep up. We need to keep up. So that says a lot. All right, go on, take your prize, geez. Thank you very much. I want to play. Right. So let's get these bad boys going right now. Go for that Naganadel. Bring the energy into play. Let's see what this Poke gives us. Just another Cynthia. Okay, that's fine. Let's just go for the Cynthia. A fresh Cynthia is pretty nice, so... though we did waste the Poke gear. Acrobike. Shrine of Punishment. Relevant. Extremely relevant. Now. Should have played Volcanion, huh? Volcanion Prison? Don't know why I didn't think that. What's the move? What is the move? I think, weirdly enough, getting another Jirachi. I don't want to get WishiWashi. It would just be KO'd. It would just be taken out. And I'm not ready for it. I can't attack with it yet. We could Mud Bomb with a Wooper. That doesn't make it any more relevant, so Jirachi it is. We're going to lose a Pokemon next turn, regardless, so I guess we just go for the Jirachi, right? Stellar Wish here. We have a Harpoo already. But it thins the deck, right? Well, we could Oaks it up next turn if we get what we want off the top deck. Well, not even. We have the resources to attack next turn, so I think an Oaks it up might actually be the way to go. Than a Harpoo. Although I'm telling you, a Great Catcher would be kind of good. We got rid of 1 already. We have 2. I'm really starting to see the value in Great Catcher in decks that are able to one-shot the non-GX Pokemon, or most, I guess, non-GX Pokemon. We're not one-shotting the big boys, but I just don't see non-GX Pokemon anymore. They're just not here. They just don't exist, man. Unless it's a Raichu deck, then it's everywhere. Oh, cool top deck. Okay, sweet. Yeah, Oak seems like just the move, right? Because we can get you out, we can get you out, we can get you out, and it's just more consistency. Good stuff. You like it. You like it. Any more water energy in discard pile? No, I'm afraid. Actually, getting rid of that water energy with the Great Catcher is a better move. Yeah, I wanted to use Jirachi this turn, but I don't think it's happening. We could. I keep hitting my thing. We could switch into it. Right, we could switch into it, but that means we'll have to get rid of the Harpoo with the Great Catcher. And I want to play Great Catcher because at least it makes them at least get rid of some resources to attack us. That's my thought process. So, no, don't attach, don't attach. So did we use charging up already? I don't think we have. So if we have, that's just a dumb move. No, we haven't. Okay, sweet. So that's there. Then we retreat to the WishiWashi. Right? Then we go for the play. And if they can't attack with this turn, which, by the way, they probably can. Look at that hand. It is a bit intimidating. It's a bit freakish. But let's say, hypothetically, they don't attack. Or they can't, and they're stuck. We got a KO, which is just big. Big brain. Big moves out here. Okay, yeah, no, they got it. That says everything, man. They can just... Odds of them having like a fire energy in hand or lightning are just so... probable. Oh, they attach to... Do they have the switch? They cannot let this one get KO'd, right? They've got the switch. Right? They may even have the Mallow and Lana, which would just be an absolute... I was so convinced that they had it. But we've got a KO here. I'm excited now. Okay. Harpoo, let's go. What do we get that is valuable? Water Energy and Discard Pile. Fantastic. Cynthia. And an Acro Bike or a Harpoo? I think an Acro Bike. Just to see a bit more in the hand. Yeah? What do we get? Oh, perfect. Okay. Sweet. Now we're getting ready. Now we're making moves here. I would ideally like to have a Shrine of Punishment again, but beggars can't be choosers, right? And again, I'd like to get an energy out, but the Cynthia's too valuable to get rid of, so that's just the way it is. Sweet. I'm sorted now. Right, take these price cards. You get energy. Good stuff. Do we get a shrine? And energy again. Do we get a shrine? No. I do want a shrine because that will do some serious damage. Now, this is the shameful part. We have lost both great catches, so we can't make a move like that again. However, as long as we have energy going for us here, we can win. We can. 110%. I'm convinced now. That one turn was a complete game changer. So I'm extremely happy about that one. I thought we were screwed, but I guess not. Right, so they take this WishiWashi out. We get to bring the energy back at least, which is good. So we can actually pull off another attack this turn. So it actually does work in our favor here. And getting another Naganadel is going to be a big boy play right now. So I really want to do that. Let's not use this Viridian Forest because we have enough energy in the discard pile anyway to work with. And I don't want to get too much in the discard pile and not be able to attach. Rightio! We could get a Mysterious Treasure off this Jirachi. Oh no, I think we have only two and we've used them both. Okay, Cynthia is the play. 100%. Oh yeah! That's what I want to see. Good stuff. We've got a Shrine of Punishment to work with as well. So it brings this one into a 2-shot range. Sweet as, mate. Absolutely buzzing. Right, let's get these going. And what we ideally need now is a way of getting another WishiWashi out. Again, which is why I think Oak is pretty good because although... we have things like, I think the Harpoo has got to be the play, right? Yeah. What I like about Harpoo is, other than Cynthia, if you have a big hand, Harpoo just lets you look at a lot more cards in total, right? Because Cynthia is shuffle, draw 6. You could see the same cards you shuffled in again. But Harpoo doesn't do that, and it gets discarded. So I think it's good for this deck. Right, let's go in with this attack. And I'm actually a bit excited here. I think we can actually do this. If we could beat a Reshiram, I think this deck will speak for itself then after that. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Right, and I think, yeah, you could technically make this a toolbox deck. Obviously, you could throw other stuff in here. You could throw the Keldeo GX. Obviously, you're playing Shrine, so it doesn't work too well. But you could. You could play Keldeo GX. You could play, as I said, Volcanion. There's a lot of other water types you can throw in this deck and make it more of a Quagsire box deck. But I really wanted to focus on WishiWashi and just make it a WishiWashi deck. So that was the idea. But so I'm fully aware of being able to use this as a toolbox deck as it is. But we got the win. Come on! Yes! So, man, I've been killing it recently, man. The misplays ain't happening today. They ain't happened this whole week so far. We're on a bit of a streak when it comes to no misplays. So, yeah, good stuff. Right, here we are. How would I describe this deck? standard. I would just say it's standard. It's simple. The shrine in this deck is so important against these big tag team GX decks, as you saw. We didn't actually see its ability come into play apart from once where we actually flipped the heads, so it didn't vanish. But as I said, this deck is designed, which is hence the 4 Harpoo, the Mysterious Treasures, the Great Catchers, the Acrobites. It's designed to get energy in the discard pile. Night energy seems to be sufficient, by the way. It doesn't seem to be a problem. But if you really want to get energy in the discard pile, then you can add, bring that number up a bit. I would heavily recommend actually including some sort of Pokemon card, may it be a water type or anything that can use water energy. Just so you can have an attack that's easier to achieve in case you do lose a WishiWashi through that ability. Right, with that all said, do leave a like-a-roni if you did enjoy this wonderful episode, and please do subscribe for more. But of course, also actually I'm just gonna plug a couple things quickly. If you want to see what I do outside of YouTube just regularly, what I do during my time or when it comes to music and stuff, I do have an Instagram account. I'm trying to hit 600 followers on it, so if you do want to go drop a follow, I will leave that in the description down below, and it is at sean.ka.payne if you do want to check that out. Just want to give that little plug. But with that all said, the most important thing is that you take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Peace.